Hello, everyone. How you
Hello, sir.
doing? Hey, what's up, Jeff? How you doing?
How am I
uh,
sounding? How am I sounding on the internal MacBook microphone?
Pretty good than last time, I will say.
What are the
So,
what does the audio sound like coming from my direction with your voice and whatnot with my big external speakers going?
so far
Any,
good.
any echoing or anything?
Nah, not for me. I think it sounds good on your part, so that's good. But yeah, so yeah. Anyway, so
You know that remember I think I told you folks that when I first started the MCU's Bleeding Edge, in a perfect true knowledge essence moment that I wish I could capture on video, Andres, so I could put it out
mm,
as a thing for myself,
yeah,
right? The moment in the studio when after a full year, right, of literally using the MacBook Pro audio come to me for the shows, for the guests and everything, and for the audio, like that was
mm,
my audio, right? Like, talking to my microphone. Because literally, bro, I told you, I did not grasp that all I had to do was just plug my headphones into the MacBook Pro, like jack, the audio jack.
right.
I could
Yeah,
not. No.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I thought
Yeah.
there was something wrong with the headphones or whatever, whatnot from jump. I was like, oh, they don't work.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because instead of trying to cut them to the MacBook Pro, I was trying to cut them to each other, like
Yeah.
to the microphone, you know what I mean, whatnot, and all this shit, right? So like, I didn't know. So we're sitting in the studio one day, and Cyber's like, Jeff, you do realize, right, that like I'm talking about how like I can't use headphones. Like I bought two pairs of audio headphones for nothing. He's like, Jeff, you do understand if you just plug them into that hole right there on the side of the MacBook Pro,
Yeah.
you'll have headphones, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, true
Technology.
knowledge, maybe lost in translation.
Yes, Lost in Translation. Happy 20th anniversary for Lost in Translation. Today, me and Jeff are back again to do another live stream review. And of course, you just know now, Lost in Translation, the 2003 film, of course, directed by Sophie Coppola, the daughter of Francis Ford Coppola, the director of Godfather franchise, and Bram Stoker's Dracula from 1992. What else? The other movie that I'm blanking on, but yeah, great director.
Suicides?
Hmm?
The Virgin
Well,
Suicide?
yeah, well, that was the first movie that Sofia Coppola directed. Before this movie, of course, if anyone knows, the Virgin Suicides came out in 1999, starring Kristen Dunst, which we had review of Eternal Sunshine of Spotless Mind in her as well, which is kind of convenient. But yeah, and of course it starts Bill Murray as the typical character of Bob Harris, and then you got the other co-star Scarlett Johansson who plays Charlotte. Yes. So yeah. So anyway, Jeff, just opinion. Do you like this film? Do you love it? Is it your top film in your ranking? What's your opinion on this film?
I hadn't seen it. What you know what I'm gonna say, Andres? What am I gonna say?
I mean, the year it
No,
came out.
what am I gonna say? What do I usually say? The movie came out in what, 2004, right?
3.
23. Okay, what am I gonna say? You already know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I watched it today for the first time since like I saw it back in like 24, right? Or 2005 or whatever on HBO or some shit. Or
Uh-huh.
Cinema, right? I'm not trying to get all nude, folks. I just this Hawkeye shirt is a medium. It's not a large, and I wear a large shirt. And so I had a tank top on underneath it, and it didn't look good. It didn't look good on me. It was looking kind of rough. Andre, as you saw it, it was poking
Yeah.
out. I don't want to be looking. I don't want to go out in public like that, bro.
Yeah, I will say I was traumatized now. I mean, I wasn't that traumatized. Like,
Traumatized all the time now. Fucking traumatized.
oh please,
Because I
this.
found what penis behind my laptop and shit and whatnot.
Oh my god,
Traumatized.
no, please no. I cannot think of that now. It's just the horror, the horror.
I was glad I cut that clip out, to be honest with you, because time, I didn't realize how close you came to falling out, like with laughter. Like in laughter, you came very close to that edge, sir.
I was close to death, I will say. Oh my god.
Like we're talking about grief, and now you're like you just start going out like you're like laughing and whatnot and everything, and like and at the same time like talking serious and everything whatnot. Like
Oh my god.
that was really you got that like that wasn't embarrassing to you at all. That wasn't like insulting to you. Raymond was just fucking around with the whole like you must not disrespect the Lord of Time bullshit. That's just that's part of the whole like inside joke crap on the show, folks. Nobody fucking missed Andre's the pop culture guy.
Yes, folks. I think you guys know about the running joke we're doing in the show over there, which is hilarious and funny. And oh my god, I'm so excited for tomorrow, for the Monday report, and plus the Avengers Endgame Part 2, because I'm gonna have another Ant-Man the Wasp, outburst, because I don't like that movie, this head start, but whatever.
You can get one. We can, if you want to tomorrow night, we can even do like a we could do as a part of our 1 hour like pop culture, current event segment. We can even, if you want, we can even do like a 15-minute after the review, kind of like back and forth and whatnot, and everything, right? On Ant-Man and the Wasp, right, or whatever. We'll do that before we cover whatever else. There's not really much current MCU stuff going on anyway to talk about.
Yeah. What's this week? It's been pretty quiet. I mean, because last week was like trailer dumps. Oh,
the Blade video game trailer came out yesterday.
Yeah, I was gonna post you in the. I don't know. I post the link to you.
I don't know what the big connection is to that. Like why I really didn't even understand why like Everything Always and Cosmic Wonder made videos and even connected it and whatnot to like the Blade film and all. Like I think they just were kind of like wanted to use the game as an excuse. That trailer is kind of talk about the film to give them content, because like that trailer coming out has nothing to fucking do with the movie at all.
No, I mean of course not. I think
it has nothing to do with it.
No, I mean these video games are not movie tie-ins at all.
No, there's probably not even anything similar about it at all. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? Like that's not Mahershala Ali voicing Blade, right?
No. It's gonna be his own thing, just like the PS4 Spider-Man, just like the Batman Arkham game.
I don't know about you. I don't mean to. I'm not trying. I of course I know we got to get lost translation. I'm a little bit pissed off at Marvel Studios about on Blade. I'm a little bit let down by them.
Yeah,
they dropped the ball on Blade.
We'll see. I mean, look, we gotta wait and see.
It already should have came out.
Yeah, I mean, it should have come out like already, but unfortunately, there's just been other things that's kind of plagued the MCU, with the strike, and then the whole, drama that's been going on. You guys can check all that.
Of all projects, though, to have that one be the one that like just sits there and lingers forever, right?
I don't know. It's I mean, hey, it's Hollywood. It happens.
No, it just sucks. It sucks if you're a fan, right? And you love the comics, you love the characters from the Midnight Suns and shit, because that the MCU is going through Blade. Blade is their stepping piece and their stepping block into the Midnight Suns. He is. So until we get Blade, we're not going to get Ghost Rider.
Yeah. I can see that.
Without Ghost Rider, we're not going to get the other characters. Right, so they'll fall in line at that point, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's other ways to do that. I mean, look, they always introduce new characters in.
You have to have Rider and Blade in the Midnight Suns.
Yeah, they can easily introduce, if they're not gonna give Ghost Rider a movie, he can pop him in some other movie, just like how Civil War was for Black Panther and Spider-Man, So yeah, we'll see. It's
being rumored that they're going to do a Disney Plus series with him, or maybe another special event film.
Yeah, special presentation. Like, I hope they can continue the special presentation because Werewolf by Night was successful, and we introduced Man Thing, the werewolf, character, and Blundstone. So I think it's good to like introduce Ghost Rider in the special presentation and just have Blade and Doctor Strange have their movies. This makes sense. So
Until the sausage gets made, we'll see, right? Like seriously, Ghost Rider's not he's not Werewolf by Night, right? There's a little bit more to his backstory, whatnot, and everything, and stuff, and whatnot, and everything, and other characters in the comic universe that are big in his world that come along with him, right? That went to where there's more to unpack there.
Yeah, I agreed. Which we'll definitely get into tomorrow.
Justice, right?
Yeah.
No, I know. I know. No, I know. That's the thing that's cool, folks, is that Andre's already said we've got tomorrow to be excited about, whatnot, and everything, and we can talk about Blade and Ghost Rider for an hour tomorrow.
Exactly. So yeah, because it's a conflict. I mean, first off, before we go into the launch situation, were you surprised that we got a video game announcement for Blade? I was shocked about that. I was like,
I don't really know enough about video game stuff and whatnot and everything to where I get all that. Like the sentiment of it or the importance of it or whatever, whatnot. I wouldn't know like why that would be weird or whatever. I wouldn't have any idea, right? I didn't realize. I thought that was just like part of the course or whatever, like Spider-Man video game or something,
Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
They made such a big deal out of the trailer.
Yeah, like because the thing is, now Marvel it's starting to do more development on video games characters. Ever since the Arkham games have been successful for Warner Brothers and DC, and so I mean. Clearly the PS4 Spider-Man has been successful. I mean, look at that, and the sequel is done well. The spinoff from Miles, it's awesome too. Because I don't know you know this, but Wolverine is getting his own game, and it's also by the same developers that did the Spider-Man PS4 stuff. So I'm happy to see Blade getting like more traction. Before the movie, so I want that for Blade to be successful. So having a video game that could be the level of PS4 Spider-Man, or the level of the Arkhamverse, video games, like that would be great because look at the Arkham games. They gave Batman such a big boost, like that and the Dark Knight trilogy. So in terms of popularity, so a lot of pack on to that. I'm very excited. I'm very happy that Blade's getting his own game because he's he's the reason that Marvel is here today.
I like it. I just don't see how like from a timing standpoint it's going to give any kind of boost or lift or like do anything for Blade in general, right? Like I don't see how it does anybody good to have the discussion of Blade out there amongst, especially in the fandom, especially all the people who savaged the Marvels, right, and ravaged that fucking film and made it into a pile of garbage for anybody, right? Like seriously, you really want to give them more reasons to attack fucking Marvel and Disney?
I mean, look, I mean,
you get my point, though, right?
Yeah, I see what you're getting at.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was the Marvel's like own demise, really. I mean, the marketing wasn't good. Like,
remember the old thing: not all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not too worried about the Blade. I think, look, we got Loki and we got Guardians Volume 3 that was so good for this Phase 5. So it's just, now I think Marvel just have to make good films and people will go, like they did it this year with, Guardians and of course, Across the Spider-Verse, So it's not like a end of the world thing with Marvel Studios. They just need to get back to track.
Until they throw some halfway decent Blade trailer at us and whatnot and everything, I don't even want to worry about Blade or talk about Blade until there's something tangible that happens, like so we can actually be like, okay, it's real now. We're going to see how the film now, right? Like that's it. More bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Like Echo. Echo is a good example of that. We're not like optimistically, with Echo until we saw the trailer like 2 months ago.
Oh, we should talk about that tomorrow night. Just like I don't know about you, but like what it did for me to watch that trailer, my whole mindset about covering the series.
Yeah, exactly. Before we get into Lost Translation, I'm trying to get the Blade movie. I think here, let me go to page 6. I think
Release date?
yeah. So okay, so Blade
It's
got
2025, isn't it?
yeah. So it's coming out in phase 6 in November 7th, 2025. So this movie was announced now.
Oh, it's
It will
December of 2025.
November.
November? Holy fuck!
Yes. So
Wow, seriously, and this game's coming out now, and like they released this trailer. Dude, the movie's not coming out for 2 years.
also the video game is not going to come out in 2 years either. So we don't know the release date of this game. So it will probably come after the movie will come out. Like just remember,
Let's
no,
save it for the Bleeding Edge report.
exactly.
There's no
So
we're just gonna go on. We'll go on and on and on. We can do this for an hour.
exactly. So anyway, this is why we have the Monday report because
Didn't you ask me about my thoughts on Lost in Translation?
yeah. So go
What?
back to that and ask me like tell me about your thoughts on it. Did you love it? Is it your top movie ranking? All that stuff.
I don't like when my light turns off and like that or whatever, whatnot. So I'm telling you, Andres, it's about time I think I'm gonna have to buy some new box lights, man, because these things start to get a little bit fussy over time, and you gotta pop them, like whack them once in a while or whatever, right? Or jiggle the wires and shit to get them to turn off and on. That's
Yeah.
how. That's there you go, folks. There's the content creation reality. When you buy box lights, eventually after a while, they're not built to last like the wiring. So like the light part and whatnot, the pole and shit and whatnot, the base, that shit will last forever, right? The bulbs break. They're expensive to fit to get to and put in. So you try after you break a couple, you're careful. But as far as the actual wiring goes, you so much as put any stress on it at all, or like drag the cord a little bit here and there, it just starts getting all fuzzy from jump. So that's the truth about box lights. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously. But either way, I don't know that I'm gonna have to do some research. I'm not really sure what my next step is on lighting. Yeah. I'm sending. Remember those box lights I bought with the 5 light bulb heads that I couldn't figure out together? I finally called Amazon because I was pissed off the other night, right?
Yeah.
And now that I woke up because of my ADHD meds and shit, I called them and was like, yo, this is BS that I still have these, right? Like, I still can't assemble them. I can't put them together, right? The instructions don't work. They don't make any sense. The company won't help me, right? Like, this is a joke. I was like, I want my money back. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. So I'm sending them back.
Makes sense.
They sent me the wrong pieces. They sent me the wrong parts in the kit, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The rods that structure the box light part, the soft box, they're not the right ones for that model of light and that type of head. They're not right. That's why I spent hours fucking with those things for no reason. But honestly, brother, what I noticed about Lost in Translation was that watching it in 2004, we'll say, probably early as 2005 at the latest, my first time, and I think I only watched it watched it fully one time, and then it just popped up on HBO there for a while. You know how that goes. So
yeah.
TV sometimes, right? But I would never really pay that much attention to it because it's not the kind of film that has that kind of watchability to it. Like Avengers: Age of Ultron, right? Where I can throw it on every night, and it doesn't matter what part of the movie it starts or it stops. Like it's fine. I don't give a shit. It's good. Like it's all right. Well, like X-Men 97, like X-Men animated series like that too. That we're gonna cover next year. It's gonna be awesome. But no, I think that watching the film now, after being 41 now, and after watching it, in my what would have been my early 20s.
Yeah.
I think that some of the very subtle elements that Sofia Coppola puts in place with this very simplistic film, right? This very compact, like super compact. Talk about a tight film, right? Like, they shot it in 27 days.
Yes.
Like that shit's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but basically, some of the stuff that like really kind of like blew me away from an artsy standpoint, from like a film art standpoint or whatever, whatnot, from like a sort of poetic standpoint back then, doesn't do as much for me now. It doesn't have as much shine as it used to, right? Like it doesn't really stand out to me. Some of the like the small nuances that I kind of probably dug then. I know more about Japan now than I did then, right? And again, this is Japan, like pre-anime boom, right?
Yeah.
So they're not at their best in this movie, right? Like they're more welcoming to Westerners now, right? And like there's more Western influence over there, and whatnot, all that and everything that you see in this film.
Yeah, it was before like really the American got into like giving the
A lot more Americans go to Japan now.
Yeah.
Right. Vacation there, live there, expat there, right? Retire, and whatnot, everything. So like, it's not like this. Things have changed a lot since then in Japan with Westerners.
Yeah, that's very true. Like, I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, until you're just saying it now. Yeah, it's very true.
Now that I'm in the band made so big and everything, and a lot of the J-Metal and J-Rock bands, I know some of the other YouTubers that go to Japan on vacation and whatnot just to catch shows and stuff and whatnot, right? Like, they bring back information. They make content and talk about it, what it's like over there. There's a lot of Japanese YouTubers that speak English, right? That make content just specifically talking about addressing Westerners living in Japan.
Yeah, I it's funny. I actually do follow that.
You saw that too?
Yeah, of course. Before I met you, like 2 years I discovered that. Like, there's one that I really like. There's like an Australian woman like has her own YouTube and explains like the apartments is crazy. The apartments are so small, and when you move into another apartment, it's like large, but it's still not like huge. It's crazy what kind of culture is there. It's,
but that's how it is there.
Yeah. There's one YouTuber I found and when we hit with COVID, it was interesting to see how over there how they handled the the procedures and all that compared to us, with the separation, the mask.
I haven't talked about COVID in so long, man. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, I mean, I bring COVID when the movies get pushed or like it affected the production, all that. So yeah, I've been bringing up COVID.
Well, at one point, like I actually was like helping out ladies in need. I could cure COVID just by beating a chick up. By laying that pipe, you know what I'm saying? I could cure COVID.
Okay, all right, sure thing.
I'm a little rusty now. I haven't done it in a while, so I don't know how effective I am with it. Right, like the strain might have changed or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
So I might have to like adjust my penis or whatever.
Oh my god, no. This is ridiculous. No, oh my god, no. Anyway,
it's carrying over.
No, well, you're carrying over. Yeah, well, actually, we already brought up the white vision penis thing already, so like it was bound to happen again.
Don't lie, I couldn't see everybody for once because like when I play those video files, that's the one time only when I screen share can I see everybody. Like when I play some of those video files, I can't see everyone. So, or no, I wasn't even paying attention. That's what it was. You guys were there. Like I could have watched you during the skit, during that video thing. I was just so like enthralled by it. I had to watch it and listen to it. I didn't realize how funny it was.
Oh
did you get your ass off watching it? I did.
No, I will not. I mean, what clips? Here?
You look good in it. That like funny thing with the fucking white Vision's penis through the cheese stick and thing and whatnot.
No,
Nobody looked bad in it. Everything it was funny.
I mean, I thought it was funny, but anyway, I mean, the clip is funny. I'm thinking, I think
Adam
more,
with us saw it, and he thought that our chemistry was a lot more authentic than this other YouTuber or creator that he mentioned or whatnot and everything. He was like that was very organic.
yeah. Well, hey, yeah. I mean, I try not to create this persona like figment of myself, like like a lot of YouTubers do, and so I like try to be I try to be balanced, like professional critic, but also a funny person at the same time, to balance out,
Well, listen, you got my take. You got my opinion. Like when I first saw the film back in the day, all I can say is this: I thought it was really good. I knew it was. It was like Trevor seeing Oppenheimer, right? I was young, not as young as Trevor, but I was older. But I knew that I didn't quite understand all the intrinsic reasons why it was really that good, right? Other than Bill Murray being in it and whatnot, and Bill Murray's Bill Murray, right? Yeah. And like even then, you knew ScarJo was going to be something, right? Like everybody kind of knew then, even though I forgot how young she looked in the movie, though. Like holy fuck, man.
Yeah. So trivia I want to bring out is that in this film, guess what her age was during this time? It wasn't 21. It was much lower. Like 3 points low.
I reviewed Ghost World at Rutledge Broadcasting Network, right?
Yeah, I love Ghost World. It's a great film.
Yeah, I reviewed it. I'd never seen it.
Okay.
That was what, 99? She was 2001?
Yeah, 2001. Ghost World. Because
she was really young in that.
Yeah. Really? Yeah, very young. So, to reveal the truth.
That was Laura Birch coming off American Beauty when they thought for a minute that she was going to be something.
Yeah, but which didn't happen. So, I mean, ScarJo's been acting like a while. I mean, she's been a child actress since the 90s. Like she was in Home Alone 3. I forgot that she was in that movie until
looking back. I could have told people, anybody could have told anybody that that was a one-off in American Beauty and she wasn't going to be like some kind of big time. You know what I'm saying?
No,
maybe I didn't have all the knowledge I have now, or you don't have all the same knowledge you had then, right? That we have now. Maybe we wouldn't have the same words we use, but it was obvious to me even then that the way that she looked, the way she's built, being kind of heavy, right? Having sort of a unique beauty to her. You know what I'm saying? With a very distinct sort of bland kind of personality. That she didn't have a ton of range either. No, it was the film itself that elevated her.
Yeah, I mean, it's Sam Mendes. I mean, great director, definitely elevated her stuff. Anyway, I mean, I haven't seen American Movie. I just seen bits of it, so I'm not gonna support a Dangerous Man movie, despite his accolades was. But anyway, I mean, what is it?
It was the that I ever saw in my life where everybody just sat there and nobody said a thing when it ended. Nobody got up and left. Everybody just sat there. This is before the scenes. Everyone was so fucking blown away in the theater by the power of the film that nobody got up and left at all. We all just sat there. The full theater.
That's why everyone calls 1999 the greatest year of film because of that and like Matrix and.
Hey, there's a reason when I buy a DVD, I bought American Beauty. There's a reason, bro. I only saw it that one time, that one night in the theater. I haven't watched it since, right?
Wow.
But I'm telling you, dude, I didn't realize how powerful that was back then. But even me, my girlfriend, we didn't get up to leave.
Yeah.
Just sat there. It's like the movie kicked our ass.
Yes. True. So Scar's age this year, 2003, was 17. She was 17 during this film in the making.
She looks 17.
Yeah. so and it's kind of crazy. She was like a doll here. Wait,
She
I
looks
mean,
maybe she's 19, 20, I would have guessed.
yeah. I mean, she did say like during the film when she was talking to Bomb about that she recently graduated like last spring.
Did that have anything to do with why they did have a sort of platonic romantic relationship throughout the whole film? Her and Bill Murray? Did it have to do with her age?
I I don't know. See, that's the most confusing thing about this movie is their relation.
The hardcore, stuff in the Wikipedia where it gets into like the big reviewers that reviewed it, the people that wrote books on the movie and whatnot and everything, and broke it down like that.
Yeah.
There are people who are really hung up on the fact that like it's considered a classic romantic comedy, right? Yet the romance is sort of platonic. There is no actual romance.
No, I think I think that's the beauty of it because I think they know that this is not gonna work. I mean, she's too young for for Bill and then Bob, the character because he's older. So because like you brought up American Beauty, right? Like it's interesting you brought that movie because
In the movie, she's like what, 22, 23? She just graduated Yale.
yeah. So I appreciate the knowledge that she's a recent graduate, but she's married. That's the thing. Like,
Oh,
and
she is, and so is he. But he's probably what, in his mid-50s in the film.
yeah, I mean, he's been married 25 years. As
So
he
back
said.
then and now, it would be permissible for at least for him to bang her.
Yeah, but I'm kind of happy they didn't do that because like it's just like it's
Oh,
fine.
it's necessary.
Yeah, it wasn't necessary, and plus like it, it's kind of gross. Like she's still like
Kind of served the movie well at all.
no. And so that's the thing I like about Lost in Translation is that they doing a very realistic like friendship. Like it's more of like a friendship growing because they're two people, different ages and from different worlds coming into this like different world that they don't understand.
It's all just based off of basically just like the thoughts out of Coppola's head from her time in Tokyo, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a figment of her imagination turned into a screenplay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which we'll get into because it's a great screenplay.
That's really what happened though. Like, what I mean? Like just a theme that she discovered in her own experiences living in Japan, which I thought was really dope. That she had the balls to take off and go to Japan by herself, not even be able to speak Japanese, right?
I mean, I mean, none of the cast speak Japanese, so
That she did it though in real life. That's crazy, dude. Talk about balls.
yeah. I'm trying to remember the story. Did you bring up now?
Basic, at least. She must have known at least some general Japanese, or why would she have gone there to live there for that? She was there for years, I think.
Yeah, I think a couple of years. Yeah, it's interesting because you brought up Medic Beauty. I want to get back to that conversation about the age gap. Like Medic Beauty, great film, but it's really like a horrible depiction. Like seeing a man falling in love with a teenager, and that's something that it still happens in certain films if you check out. And I always like that Lost in Translation did something different instead of doing this romantic kind of like relationship. It's more a platonic relationship, which I like because like these two are very different people. They like it's more like the mundane life of a person being married. You got the one that has been married for a long time, and then you got Charlotte, played by Scarlett Johansson, is a newly married person, but it's 2 years, but it's still like like getting like adjusted with his marriage, and all that.
Her husband's kind of a self best douchebag.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, I have you searched the fan theories for the character? It's so fascinating.
No, but I love that. What's her name was in it? I forgot she was in it. She's
was it and Faris from the Scary Movie?
Yeah, from Scary.
Yes. Oh my god, what was it? A few years ago, I didn't realize that until I rewatched it like a couple years ago or something like that.
I know she was blonde. You know what I'm saying? And she wasn't blonde at all during for a while there. You didn't see her blonde. Then she came back blonde again. Remember later on?
Yeah, Yeah.
So it was crazy to see her blonde.
You know, it was funny. Scary Movie 3 came out the same year, and she was blonde there. Like, because she was.
Oh, no, she had black hair.
Yeah. The first two Scary movies, she was brunette.
Remember, because she was mimicking fucking what's her name's character from Scream?
Cindy. Yeah, like Cindy Briska.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Get that like fine ass actress that played her. She was really Nev Campbell.
Yeah, Nev Campbell. Yeah. Like they were copying her for like the first two, and then like by the third movie, they sort of changed that.
We're gonna have one of those movies, dude. They're funny as shit, bro.
Oh my God, the first one is funny. The second is hilarious because of Tim Curry. Which Dave Cross is in it. I love.
I love it when the one Wayne's brother gets the dick in his ear, and like it goes through his head and shit. It's
who's the lady that we all like that she comes back from the dead in the scary movies?
I don't remember when we come back from the dead.
Oh my! You've seen these scary movies. Regina Hall character Brenda, the character Brenda, the black chick that's a friend of
the chick that was in the chick that was actually in wasn't she in Boys to Men or Boys to the Hood?
No. That's someone else.
She was in Friday.
I think so. I think so. Let me
sister in Friday, right?
Let me check her Regina Hall. Like she's the one that's in the scary movies Girls Trip. If you've seen Girls Trip, here. Let me see her early work. She was in like The Best Man. But yeah, she's much different. The other one you're talking about, it's Boys in the Hood. That was like another actress. Angela Bassett is in Boys in the Hood. I don't know. You think about her, but
Not Angela Bassett.
Yeah, Angela Bassett is in Boys in the Hood.
Oh, the younger black female actress that plays the girlfriend to like the athletic one of the friends, right? The one that gets shot, it gets killed. The young African American actress that played her is what I'm talking about. That's who I got thinking about. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's Nia Long. So she's the one that, and she's in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking juice in the hood. The Dashiki character is based off of the Boys in the Hood girl.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, the movie's
18 different kids and shit and whatnot, all different colors.
Yeah, and what is it? Her friend say you're a strong, was it a strong black independent woman, and he just runs up to the white chick. And oh my god, the grandma in that movie is hilarious.
Grandma, bro, she's too much, bro. We were supposed to do that movie this year. It's for next year now. We're gonna do it probably in January.
Oh, that's awesome! I'll definitely be there.
Gangsta Week, baby.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's a funny movie. I just love it.
She does that dance off in the church with the other grandmother.
Yeah. Oh my god, and then her coming out from the garbage can and just like
all that shit. What that with the back tens?
Yeah. Oh my god, that is so funny. And well, that's a reference to another movie called The Dead Presidents. Another great film.
Oh, the Wayne brothers tore up a bunch of fucking black movies in that movie.
I know it's they so get it right. It's so funny.
They destroyed that Tupac freaking what's her name that Tupac film with Michael Jackson's sister.
Janet Jackson, was it Parade Justice?
Oh. they even thrashed that shit in that movie.
Oh my god, I can't believe we're discussing that. But anyway, I mean, it's very funny, and I mean, and Faris, great actress, love her. She's so funny in this movie. I mean, I crack up every time she sings.
Hilarious.
Yeah, oh my god, her personality is so funny, and her like I don't know, you laugh so hard, but her karaoke scene is so hilarious. Like it's so funny when she sings. Nobody does it better. Which is a great song. So so let's start from the beginning of the movie. We open up with this shot of Scarlett Johansson's butt, which is iconic, and you see Lost in Translation. Cool, I'm in, right, as a young boy, as Andreas Felipe.
For 36 seconds.
Yeah, in 30 seconds. Yeah, exactly. And then after that, we get into Bob Harris, played by Bill Murray, and he is sleeping in the taxi. He's coming off from an airplane, and he's arriving in Tokyo. And yeah, so then after that, he arrives at the hotel. He's a little tired. He's doing his Bill Murray stick, to those the Japanese, what call it, business people, whatever not. And right away, it's very funny when he gets to that, like, his wife's messages about he missed his son's birthday. Like, right away, the movie gets very interesting. And then then he gets up and goes to his room, and it's just him reacting to this, like, Japanese culture that he doesn't understand, which is funny. And then we come back to another scene where we see Charlotte, played by Scarlett Johansson. You see her still awake, and she's bored. Like she's not sleeping like her husband.
They have jet lag.
Yeah, yeah, like a jet lag.
They have like long-term jet lag that they can't shake. It's
yeah,
a major component of the film. It's one of the reasons why they're always at that bar.
mm.
They can't sleep.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I was like, it was like anxiety, or like
That's why their schedules are almost mesh.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense now. Because I thought it was like insomnia, or like
Her husband is used to the traveling and whatnot and everything because he's a world famous photographer, right? And all that shit and whatnot, right? So he's used to it. She's not.
she's not. Yeah, same thing with Bill. Yeah, you're right. That is totally correct. Yeah, and you see that already with these two characters, that they're
in the hotel like that and whatnot, man. That's all you do. Like it's possible for you to not be able to shake that, to actually adjust. If you don't get out and actually like live at the ground, breathe the air, right?
Yeah, which the characters try to do, like especially Charlotte. After we get kind of accustomed with their routine, you see her doing subway trips, and she went to like a monk temple, and and it still doesn't do for her in terms of emotionally, as a person, which is kind of intriguing. And then you see Bob, which is funny. He's doing this like whiskey, commercial he's doing, and I right back, I do want this whiskey, this Suntory time whiskey. I always find it hilarious when he does that. Um, yeah, so at the beginning, so you see their routines, like daily, and then I think so. Like I'm just gonna jump around and give examples. Like, so after that, they jet lag and culture shock. I need to bring up the culture shock of Tokyo slash Japan. That's another issue that they're facing. Not only the language, is also like the custom of behavior. All that. It's something they're not used to, and you see that like with their interaction with people. Like, particularly, Bob is making a commercial, right? And the director is like, speaking in Japan, and he's saying a lot. But then when the translator talks to Bob, it's like a few thing, and it's like, what? It sounds more like a lot of things he's saying, and I just laugh at how Bill just like, okay, like, what was
the director is so opinionated and everything and whatnot just because he can speak some English. He thinks he's like shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, that is so funny. And like Bill, it's like, do it slower but more intense. I'm like, slow and more intense.
Well, that's where the whole lost in translation thing comes from.
Yeah, exactly. So I dug that, and then that's like a perfect way to like not say the title "lost in translation." Like, you're literally lost in translation when these people talk, which is hilarious. And then yeah, like then after that, Bob, goes back to the hotel, and he sees Charlie in the elevator. They don't yet talk, and so then afterwards, we see another another shirt of Bill, and this is my favorite one, is the photograph shoot of Bill when he has to be Roger Moore. You know, the Roger Moore, like,
Yes.
I don't know if you laugh at that. That is so funny for me.
The director picks over.
Sean Connery of all people.
It's like that's the only Bond like version they ever got.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, you think like they should have got like Pierce Bronson, or
Oh, man, it's funny.
yeah, I know, it's so funny. I just find it hilarious. And then like he's doing his thing with a gun.
In no movie or no other conversation with anybody ever trying to hold Roger Moore up above like Sean Connery as like 007.
No, I no way. But it's funny. I actually like Dalton. That's my favorite. If you tell me to do a photo shoot, you need to do like you tell me to do Dalton. I would do that. Anyway, for whiskey. So like you see him. He has my sky.
You want to do that? You got to drink the Dalton.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to drink
Yeah,
a whole glass of it.
yeah, exactly. And I have to be tough and mean and like very determined to on my mission. That's like Dalton
Oh,
does.
like alcohol, whiskey's hard to get down. You probably like use food or something to like put in your mouth with it or whatnot to be able to get it down.
Yeah, yeah. Or you need to mix your whiskey with another drink.
Yeah,
That's right.
mixer, that's true. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, straight
Yeah,
whiskey.
yeah, yeah. Because everyone doesn't know whiskey is very strong. My mom has tried, and I see her mix it with another drink, something like that. So you just safety precaution. Just mix it with drink, or as Jeff said before, eat like same time as you drink. That's the normal thing. So yeah. So other than what is it? Charlie's at the bar. I think it was her husband, and like that's where they started to kind of get close, and the singer and the floor sings, and then they start clapping. He does this thing here, and then he gets up and he still has his suit from the shoot. Like he still has his mascara, and then what was in his back? What was it? The clipper things, whatever, to make his like.
I didn't notice it. I just the makeup. I couldn't help myself but laugh at times with the makeup. It was funny.
Yes, it's so funny. I didn't notice that like my first time I saw this. I was like, "Oh yeah, it's funny." And he just still wears it. Like he didn't change. I will. So yeah. So you get that, and then I think afterwards, um, yeah, like that's where we get introduced to and Faris character. I think at the same time, and you see it right away. Charlotte is a character that's very like smart, like because she's coming from a Yale. She's like very sophisticated, you know. And another thing we didn't bring up is Bomb is a aging actor. He's been an actor and he's doing this shoot commercial for what millions of dollars. And his agent told him when he's doing the Watch More stick, right? His agent told him that he has to stay for until Friday because they want him to do the show, whatnot that's popular and like it can give him more money. That's the whole thing for this trip for him. It's like it's his business, right? And yeah, so after that we get their introduction, like their interaction finally when they see each other and they discuss like why they're here. Bob's here because he's doing the commercial, but he missed his son's birthday, and he's trying to get away from his wife. That's what he told us. And then and then Charlie, as you say, Jeff, she just followed her husband too, because he's famous for like a photographer, for bands or whatnot, for celebrities, right? And like
That's the lifestyle if you're married to somebody like that.
yeah, yeah. So I thought okay, it makes sense, and they discuss like what they're doing here, and it's discussed kind of like the very like the mundane life like they're talking about like like why she studied was it like philosophy and all that. So they're starting their like on par very slowly, which is good. Speaking of the husband, this is something I just want to bring out because I know people will be kind of curious. Is the theories around the husband? Yes, Jeff. his husband's very douchey, despite he's very loving towards her. She doesn't. I don't like it because he doesn't pay attention to her like all the time. Um, but it's funny because Sophie, the director Coppola, was married at the time. I think she divorced around this time, and so many fan theories thought that this is like a meta commentary on her relationship for her previous husband during her time before making this movie. Um, I find it fascinating because when we get to her next week, it's the same situation because Spike Jones, I don't know if you know this, Spike Jones married Sofia Coppola. They were married together.
Yeah.
And it's weird. These two movies that we're going to talk about is very like eerily similar. And what's funny about it is that Scarlett Johansson is also in these both movies, which is funny. Um, I just want to bring up that fan theory about the husband here that's played by the actor Giovanni Ribisi. He's in the TV sitcoms Dad's, Sneaky P. He was in Saving Private Ryan. We saw him. He was the medical doctor in Saving Private Ryan, which he's a good actor. He's great in this film. Yeah.
Again, it's like Elijah Wood, right? Playing the slime ball. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you can't blame him for like his character being a douchebag.
Yeah. What's the word? He's like a very not a douchebag. I see him more like he's very
No, he's not a douchebag. He's just kind of I don't know. He's kind of flaky, just like that other like Anna Faris's character.
like very
He's kind of he's kind of like unintelligent. He's kind of light intellectually.
yeah. I think that you're nailed the head.
Not as refined as like Charlotte is.
Yeah.
Graduated from Yale, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And so you see the kind of miscommunication between those two and Charlotte. So after that, we see again, Charlotte and Bob meet again, and they just he brings them that they should run away and start a jazz band, which is funny, which is like really cool. And what else? And then we see Charlie running around in the hotel. She sees like was it the press panel that Anna Faris character is doing because she's doing a karate movie she made, and it stars her and Keanu Reeves of all people, which I forgot. And I think that was a really good scene for her seeing that. And then afterwards, we see Scarlett going to the swimming pool, and she invites her, vice bomb to her friends that she's going to see in the afternoon. And this is where the movie gets picked up, and this is where I really like this film. Is the seeing them start to grow close as friends, and they start to them finding kinship because they're the same people. They're the only two Americans in this world right now. One, of course, the one his husband is away, and then the wife is far away. So you see these two, getting connected, and they're dancing and drinking, in the party, with their friends. By the way, it was very funny. With Charlie, the friend in Japan, he starts getting a fight with one of the was it the bartenders in the bar they're at, and he used a mini gun. Was it BBs?
It's like a BB gun. Like, yeah. Am I frozen or are we both frozen?
You're frozen. I'm not frozen right now.
I'm frozen.
Yeah. Just probably turn off your cam, and then it should be back to work. Um, yeah.
Hold on. No, you can still hear me. You're good. I'm just
Okay.
my laptop is froze up.
Oh god. Oh my god, you're frozen.
I'm waiting for I'm trying to hit the settings button so I can flip the camera back on and off, and it won't let me.
Oh god. Yeah. Really bizarre. I mean, come on, StreamYard, help us out here. And yeah, so so they ran out from the bar, and so the bartender still used his BB gun at them, and I haven't experienced that, but it could be deadly because it does hurt you if you get hit from that. So they run off, and they get reconnected with Charlie and the other guy, and they go to this apartment, I think Charlie's apartment, and they start to do like more like lively activities with other people, and they start dancing, um, and they start karaoke, which is very fun. I always find it hilarious when Bob I say starts doing more of this, which is so funny, and like I still there, Jeff?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I just want to make sure. And it's like so they're having a good time, which is the first time you've seen this finally, because they've been kind of downbeat, and so seeing them having fun for the first time in the film is just very happy to see that. What do you thought about the scene? The friends and the party and all that, and the karaoke scene.
Well, that's what like wakens that's what wakens up Bill Murray's sort of like character in the film, basically, right? That's
Yeah,
the film that really like is a shift for him, because he's able to leave that bubble of the hotel, you know.
yeah, yeah, and same thing with Charlie as well. Like she also gets spurts out from that bubble as well, for the most part, right? And so you're back. I see your movie now.
About time.
Yeah, about time. Streaming our technology, folks. So 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 after they stop doing karaoke, they go back to their hotel, and so I wanted to discuss the soundtrack. What do you thought about the soundtrack? I really like the soundtrack. The music is great here. There's two songs I really like that actually I own and I love. Sometimes by the band My Bloody Valentine. Then the other song, Too Young, by the Phoenix, another great group.
I love the beat. I just reacted to the 1901.
Mhm.
It's sitting in the YouTube studio right now. I haven't put it up yet. I got to do the thumbnail.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Dude, I told you. Did I tell you that I'm sitting on like the more reaction videos more content I've ever had on YouTube right now. I just made a shit ton of reaction videos, bro, lately. Just a ton of them.
Yeah.
And they're just sitting there. I just processed them all, uploaded them, all of them. They're just sitting in the YouTube studio.
Yeah.
Just waiting to be uploaded, basically.
Hey, is our trailer reactions up? I'm just curious.
They're on my Nitro 5, sitting like up like open, right?
Okay.
They're just waiting for the thumbnail.
Oh.
Everything else is done. The hashtags, the description, the title, right?
Okay.
I just haven't done the thumbnail.
Okay. Any help with the thumbnail?
No, all it is just the fact that I have to go. You know how I have to do it.
Mhm.
It's that you guys don't like to actually take pictures of yourselves, like like other assholes do and whatnot all the time, and whatnot for reaction videos and whatnot, like with their stupid smiles with their phones and whatnot. So you can send me pictures.
Mhm.
I'm gonna pick them through us on StreamYard, right? And that's tough sometimes. You've seen what the images come out, how they come out.
Yeah.
That
I see it.
trailer reaction thing I put up, I put a lot of time into that just to try to put up some decent pictures of us. And like also when you screenshot a picture on StreamYard or like Restream and you use that on Canva or on Adobe, right?
Yeah.
The clarity of the picture is not as good. The photo,
Okay.
it will break down or deteriorate in the editing process. Whereas like an actual picture you take with your phone is a picture, right? Like you upload it onto Canva, that's it. It's not gonna. That's it. It pulls up. That's a picture.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Sometimes when you screenshot stuff and whatnot, it affects the tangibility or like the solidity of the actual frame.
Yeah. That's very true. Yeah.
Oh no, but basically, I think it's really cool because I mean, basically, like you said already, like we talked about, we could just do a whole review just talking about like the information I read and you read on Wikipedia or online or on IMDb about like, for instance, Sofia Coppola's basic premise for her reasoning of even like writing this. And
Yeah.
like the fact that the reason they were able to shoot the film in 27 days was because like the plot or whatever, like the story that was written was so tiny, it was so small that there wasn't really much to it. Like there wasn't anything to shoot for 60 days, right?
No.
Like, you know, like
It's a rare thing, right?
didn't they off the cuff a lot of shit too?
Yes, like the lines.
Isn't she known for that? Isn't that like one of her deals that she likes that?
Yeah, well, it's
Or this film she did?
yeah. Well, her previous film was a book, so everything was kind of faithful. This one's, is original screenplay, but Bill Murray is a comedian and he likes to improvise. So like half the time the lines are not from the screenplay that she wrote, and some of it is improvised. I'm checking right now with my notes.
Yeah, but in this kind of movie with this kind of storyline, especially considering the fact that she pictured Bill Murray playing the character from jump in her own head, like I would think that it's one of those things, right? You let Bill Murray do that, and on top of that, well, if I understand correctly, her directorial style on this film was so loose that she was pretty much I'll have to look up what it actually said, but there were not a lot of second takes or like multiple takes of anything.
No, everything is like first takes. In my notes, because this was very much a guerrilla, like in the terms of filmmaking, there's still filmmaking, there's guerrilla filmmaking. Guerrilla filmmaking is like off the cuff, on the streets and all that, like for real, and that's something you see like in the 1970 films, like The French Connection,
like Tropic
yeah, like Tropic Thunder, as they say, and that's so true. Yeah, if you know what I'm saying, the Nick Nolte was it Nick Nolte's character like perfectly explained what a guerrilla filmmaking is about, and yeah, that's how like.
Yeah. Movie's a classic, dude.
Oh my god, Tropic Thunder, great film.
Have you watched any people reacting to it on YouTube?
Just audience reaction, for the most part. What was it? Mostly the Les Grossman scenes. Like I that's always funny when people react to that. Anyway, so speaking of trivia, what's funny? We brought up Roger Moore. The song that Anne Faris played is actually a James Bond theme. I don't know if you know about that. It's a title Nobody Does It Better. That's in the third Roger Moore film, The Spy Who Loved Me. Great film. Love it. That's my favorite Roger Moore film.
I will admit, I'm going to fully admit it right now. I've never watched it that I know of, unless I was a little kid. I never watched a moment that I can remember of any Roger Moore films. All I've ever watched are the ones with Connery and Dr. Fate. You know what I'm saying?
Who was it?
Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate. Oh, yeah. Pre Bryson. Yeah, that makes sense.
and then, of course, yeah, of course, because Casino Royale, the first one was great. Great. That was like classic Bond, like all day. What was that? That played the villain?
Mass Mexican.
Yeah, he played the villain. Young. He was young then.
Yeah. That was his big role. That role. Skyfall. That's a good film.
I never watched it the way through.
Oh my god, you need to see Skyfall. That's a great film.
I didn't watch the last two Mission Impossible films.
Oh no, Skyfall is James Bond movie.
I'm saying I didn't watch those two.
Oh, okay. So you need to see Skyfall.
My list is like 10 miles long of stuff that I've got to watch, man. From all the years I didn't watch TV.
Yeah. Now what? January, you and I are going to do Skyfall in my channel. You will like.
No one understands. That's the thing, is it takes so damn long for me to explain my story and what happened to me and everything, right? That like I don't like to bother with it. But nobody gets it. They don't understand that. Like I literally didn't watch TV. I stopped watching movies and TV for such a long time that you can't blame me. You know what I'm saying? That like I don't know what the fuck. Like I just, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't my fault I didn't finish watching Game of Thrones, right? It wasn't my call. You feel me? didn't have the wherewithal at that time to like go back to it, right?
Yeah. I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Like my mind was in a different place at that point. The Game of Thrones, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, same thing with Walking Dead. I mean, we were watching it and then we dropped out.
I tried to stay with Walking Dead after I got hurt. It was even worse. That's why I left the show. Was after I got hurt.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I can't remember. The Walking Dead was going on for too damn long, to the point where you can't even remember. But like overall, you asked about the soundtrack. It's okay. I mean, just the bands you mentioned, I know of them. I mean, I like the Phoenix a lot. I'll probably read to a couple of their songs. Like I haven't followed them at all, and they've still been pumping albums out. Right? That's my point in general. Was just that like I'm not current with a lot of stuff. Right? So like not music. What's popular with new music? I have no idea. Right? Only through you and Cyber and doing the shows and whatnot do I know about cinema now and like what movies are hot and whatnot. Like if not for you and Cyber, I probably would never go see that Godzilla X movie. Right?
Yeah. Oh.
But I will now, especially after I saw Critical Drinker's review of it.
Yeah. I'm hearing good reviews. I need to start.
Yeah. I didn't watch it. It just said like you should watch this film or whatever, like or something. Like that was his title. It was something like that. One of his usual deals, right? You know, like
oh my god. Yeah. I mean if you're a huge like Godzilla fan, both Japan or the American version of the Monsterverse, it's it's a great property and it's great to see this property is like growing, with new fans.
So like wanting to go watch it. I think it's all the word of mouth.
Yeah, and the box office is doing good for a Japan film over here. That
Japanese culture, Japanese stuff anyway, right? So it's like why not? You know what I mean? Why not watch a remake of like the actual like first?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I was trying to. My mom was asking. I was talking to my mom earlier, telling her about how like there's all this Godzilla shit coming out, a TV show, 2 movies, like 3 movies, whatever. I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on or why Godzilla is so popular all of a sudden. Is it like its 50th year anniversary or some shit?
I think so, right?
I mean, my mom, I think it was just the timing of it. It wasn't playing because none of it's connected.
Yeah, like the first movie, the first Godzilla movie for Japan came out in 1954.
No, what Japan did with their movie is totally disconnected from anything over here. They don't care what we do.
Yeah. So like folks, when I say the Monsterverse is the American studio that's producing their version of Godzilla, where Japan is the Godzilla was a -1 that everyone is talking about now. That's the Japan. The company that produced them are called Toto Company. That's the company that produced the
U.S. Godzilla Kong films are continuing the franchise along like that started way back with the actor from Kick-Ass that played
and Quicksilver from Age of Ultron.
Johnson, Craven.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh god, please, no, we're not going there. Anyway, I mean, 2014 Godzilla movie, great film.
I know. I mean, I know Phoenix. I know the bands that you mentioned and whatnot. Everything that I think it's cool. Mm-hmm. And I like their sound. The soundtrack's pretty solid. It's for its time. It's definitely again. It's hard for me to put myself back in 2003, right? It's hard for me to go back that far back and remember the lens I used taking in this film then, right?
Yeah,
I know it felt very hip then.
Yeah,
like, the Phoenix was like hip. That like the Phoenix was brand new back then. Right back at that, like weren't they? They weren't nobody. Nobody knew about the Phoenix back then.
No. I mean, I was new to them when I saw this film, so
no. So I mean, honestly, of course, like they nickel and dimed everything on this movie. The budget was only $3 million, right, or $4 million.
Yeah, it was $4 billion. Like half of it was for like Bill Murray, right?
Contracts with known artists cost more money than ones with people that people don't know about.
Yeah, I think that's also changed recently, right? Like, I mean,
it'll always be the same. It has to do with like royalties and whatnot, and everything, right? And like how much it costs to use the music of certain bands.
Yeah, well, it depends on how popular your song is. That's like
the thing. It's between the artist and the and itself of the song and the label and the movie, right? The studios.
Yeah, exactly. So getting back to the scene.
Depends how badly you want a song in your film.
That's true. What was it like in Thor Ragnarok? I heard that they spent like a lot of money to get that Led Zeppelin song. Because
Led Zeppelin does not allow their songs to be used in movies.
yeah, there's another like a lot of bands. Sometimes some bands will allow it, but the other bands they will not allow it. I know that. Like Led Zeppelin, what's the other band that don't allow? Like the Beatles. Like the Beatles are very strict. Like can't.
They're smart because they have so many like smash songs and whatnot, everything that anybody would automatically go to and use, right?
Yeah. Which it's a good business move. I mean, come on, they deserve it. They worked their butts off to make that songs, right?
You can just look right at you can look at which was a better band, the Who or like Led Zeppelin, based on the fact that the Who let people use their shit, right? And all they could get out of them was just like the intros for those fucking SVU spinoffs.
CSI.
CSI spinoffs.
Oh my god, yeah, the CSI shows. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Who. Their songs are okay. I mean, like whatever.
Oh man, that intro, the CSI Miami was awesome, dude. With David, what's his name?
Was it David?
Not David, whatever his name is, as the main guy. He's hilarious in that. Dude, that show's comical.
Dave Cross or something like that. Yeah, he's very funny. I mean, just the way he pulls in the glasses is just. I mean,
he's that actor that like everybody thought was going to be huge back in the early '90s, whatnot, everything off the LIPD Blue and shit and all that crap, and then he just never broke.
No, I think it's because he wasn't a strong actor. Like if you look at like his films, he's been, back in the '90s. Like you could tell he was a very weak actor.
That Nicolas Cage gangster film, the movie that was supposed to be his vehicle or whatever and whatnot. That didn't do. That's not a very good movie.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, exactly. So
even Nick Cage was bad in that movie.
I mean, Nicolas Cage is great. He could make a bad movie great. I mean, come on.
Yeah. No, but they gave him a character that was so bad and shitty that like even he couldn't do nothing with it.
It's a shame.
Remember his shitty Italian accent and everything and whatnot in that film? It was hilarious.
Yeah. Yes. And
talk or whatever and whatnot. It was funny.
Yeah, and it was funny. It's like he's from a family that are Italian.
They are. They are. I know. Aren't they related? Isn't he related to the Coppolas?
Yes. He's like I think he's a nephew or like a.
Didn't he get some of his first breaks off of the Coppola name?
Yes, in the beginning of his career, but his name was changed. He
specifically to get away from the Coppola name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but he started to broke in like quickly, by being.
No, I wouldn't be able to pull all the titles out of my head right now. But he had some really good solid films in the '80s.
Yeah, like I mean, remember he was in she's having not what was the Peggy gets is so gay Mary. That's a great film.
She's All That. I was gonna say Nicolas Cage was in She's All That. No shit.
Yeah. Moonstruck. He's 9 and she's All That. That's different. Moonstruck, like
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. No.
That movie sucks.
No. She's All That's fine. It's okay. It's a charming night.
Watch it now, bro. Now that we're not little kids and shit, whatnot. You watch it. You try to tolerate that shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's a teen high school film. Making that like come on.
I'm just kidding. Come on, you saw my DVD of that freaking that cult teen classic film that I have the copy of and whatnot. Everything. It's right over here to my left.
What's this movie?
I'll tell you, it's the one with it's the one where Oh man, it's the one where I'm trying to think of one damn actor or actress so I can name their name. So, oh, can't hardly wait. Can't hardly wait.
Okay. Okay.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh yeah. I think I can remember
It's a cute movie, man. It's a cute movie.
Okay. I'll definitely check it
Everybody
out.
has cute movies or whatever, right? Anyway,
Yeah.
so
I mean, yeah.
no, back to the film. No, soundtrack's great. The energy of the film once they leave the hotel and whatnot and everything, and actually, I believe it's Charlotte that sort of facilitates because she speaks Japanese.
Yeah, a little bit.
So she's able to actually bridge the gap a little bit and whatnot. And like, you know, then that's when Bill Murray's character actually finds out that some of the Japanese people actually speak English or like other languages and whatnot and everything. And he can actually talk to them if he tries.
Yeah, exactly. You know, he was talking to that French Japanese man, and like he he was trying.
Conversation he has in the entire film, except for with his wife and with Charlotte, he's talking to somebody that can't speak English.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, it's
We
funny.
talk about that scene with the chick that got the masseuse, the massage parlor chick that came in and was like, "Lick my stockings."
Oh my god! I thank you for bringing up. I forgot that there was like a massage parlor here.
Let me leave. Let me leave.
What? Well,
It's the funniest scene of the entire film.
I know it's so funny. And first off, like
That actress is fabulous.
yeah, I mean, I was laughing so hard. Like he didn't understand like when she said "rip it," and was like,
She purposely tried to fuck up her speech, like to say like she did that on purpose.
"Oh,
To
really?"
to make it sound like lick my nylons. She
I
was
don't know.
accentuating her own accent.
Okay, that makes sense. I never read that. I thought it was always miscommunication. Like she was speaking her like language.
That was her acting.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
She can speak English.
Okay, that's very true. Like she did speak English. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Especially then in Japan, you know what I'm saying? At that point, that means she could speak English.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. No, that makes sense. Like she did like after that.
Totally have a conversation with you or me if she wanted to.
Yeah, I thought she was I thought she was like an escort. I thought she was okay.
She was sent there like as a part of Japanese culture, right? You know what I'm saying? Like the masters and the princesses. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole inspiration of the maids, the maid cafes, right? The guys that go there and whatnot and everything, right? And like the women dress as maids to portray like a dominatrix / submissive role to like the patrons, which is like a weird. That's how weird Japanese culture can be. That they like that kind of shit.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay,
their culture. That's what their the whole shtick is with the whole deal. They're like submissive. They're maids, yet they're also fucking like masters.
Yeah, I get that.
The princesses and the customers are the masters. That's what that's all about.
That's all about. Okay.
No, but basically, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, we can go on and on about this movie, but that part of the film right there is when the movie really kind of takes off. Before it sort of slows down towards the end a little bit and whatnot, and kind of tails off a little bit.
Yeah. So I want to get into that. Like, so after the nightly they do, you see Bomb doing golf, right? And then they have lunch together, and they go to the hospital. That scene is very funny when he talks to the Japanese in the hospital scene, and you don't know what. Like, cause it's funny because the two extra Japanese women are behind it, and they're starting to laugh because of what I think this Japanese woman is saying, that like Bomb is not understanding. That scene is very funny because they're doing the circle because the thing is moving, and like he's asking her what is going or whatnot. That scene is hilarious. It's so funny. I don't know, you laugh so hard. That one always cracks me up every time just seeing that.
That's why.
I know. I mean, Bill Murray's funny. I always enjoy him.
this his resurgence? This movie the one that kind of put him back into on the map of putting him back into serious films again?
Yeah, well, I definitely it definitely gave him like a new direction. Like, remember, he started to work with Wes Anderson, and
Yeah, no, he started doing his own thing. Like he wasn't getting like doing like big projects. He was
no, I mean,
Bill Murray type shit and everything and whatnot, but it was dope.
yeah, and so this movie is like I think this is his like first like leading role in a while, and like this is his like big Oscar nomination. He got nominated for Best Actor for this movie,
Yep.
which I wish he won because that's another thing. I don't know you have this opinion, but like I wish he did won for this Best Actor. I thought his performance was great, and I never liked Sean Penn as an actor. I just I don't know why.
Why? What did he win for? What did he win for? When he was retarded or when he was gay?
Well, no. He won his second Oscar when he won as gay in 2008. This one was for The Mystic River that Clint Eastwood
Oh,
like.
I mean, the one time he actually deserved the award, like getting nominated for something,
Yeah, I
where the Academy didn't just give him the nomination just because like it was a pet, it crossed off the list or whatever,
yeah
whatnot. The Academy, you know what I mean?
yeah
Because
because he
I saw Mr. River in the theater too, and that motherfucker was also like kick you right in the teeth, like don't even know what to say at the end of the
yeah
shit. I mean,
I know it's a very strong film.
I almost thought I would be my ex-girlfriend back in the day, bro. But we were smart. We like, and then my ex-wife. We picked some damn good movies once in a while to watch, bro, in the theater.
Yes, well, I'm happy you saw Lost in Translation in theaters, so that's really good. So, um,
I didn't see
yeah,
Lost in Translation. I saw Mystic River.
yeah. Oh, so you didn't see Lost in Translation in theaters then?
No, hell no. No, I'm sorry. Even even in theaters, Lost in Translation is not powerful like Mystic River is.
No, no.
Different film. You know what I mean?
Oh no, it's a different film. But at the same time, I enjoy this film, and
Mystic River is haunting.
yeah, I mean, of course it is. I mean, I seen that film once, and it's a good film. But I don't like Sean Penn as an actor, and I mean, I mean, yeah, it was overdue. But at the same time, I just feel like Bill Murray deserved it. But yeah, that's my opinion. So afterwards, getting back to the plot, after they, uh, visit the hospital because Charlie got hurt for her foot, right? They uh go back to their separate ways, right? And I think Bob goes to the talk show that initially he didn't want to go, but that he went anyway, right? Because his experience with Charlie and all that, and then Charlie goes to her way, and she goes to this other location in Tokyo, right? Um, then afterwards they rekindle again with Charlie. They go to the like strip club, right? Which was very funny. It's very awkward, which it's hilarious. And what else?
It's odd funny. It's odd funny that it occurs because it's like brutal almost, like to see.
Yeah, it's funny.
But it's real and it's funny because it just sneaks up on you, right?
Yeah, I always love that, and and just the way Bob responds to it, like how long you been there? Like he doesn't know. It was just hilarious, and I love the part when he say thank you to one of the strippers when they leave.
That's how I am at the strip club. I'm the same way. I'm so nonchalant. I don't even care. I'm just like thank you, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like
that's cool. That's cool. So
you
yeah,
know,
they
do any cool stuff like that Japanese stripper did, where she was like bending her body in half and shit.
yeah, how they do it? That is so crazy. They like
They
literally
should
have.
take their job seriously, bro.
That's true.
Yeah,
Not to go.
wow, bro. They're dedicated.
I mean, hey, Japan is very dedicated. Like the Asian culture is very dedicated with their stuff. So they're like,
Imagine if they had crackheads.
I don't well maybe better than us. So I'll definitely will respond to that. They're correct.
They're the most diligent crackheads ever.
Oh my god, that is very true. And I definitely
Yeah, on time for the 5 o'clock free crack special every day.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's funny. Anyway, I wanted to jump off topic, but Godzilla minus one. they released this film to coincide the 70th anniversary next year, um, for the legacy of the franchise. That's why we got this film. And that's why I think they releasing the new Godzilla and Kong film next year, because the 70th anniversary for
Oh,
Godzilla.
that's really good.
Yeah,
Why
we
don't I'm gonna shut my mouth? I'm gonna mute myself. Why don't you go ahead and roll out the rest of the film and whatnot so we can try to get out of here by like it's 11:48, a little after 12. I want to go
yeah
to the I want to go to the kava bar and have a kava tea and whatnot and everything and shoot some pool and whatnot before I go to bed tonight.
yeah. Let me. I'm almost to the end, so let me do this.
I'll just let you do your thing and whatnot. If you want to just kind of like go ahead and push your way through, right?
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
react. I'll go ahead and you can question me off of that.
yeah. So we can skip that so then after the club that they go to, they go back to the hotel. They see Amber's character doing the karaoke scene, which is hilarious. And then we get this really great scene where they couldn't sleep. Charlie couldn't go to sleep, and then she gets the message by Bomb and like, "Are you awake?" So they go to her room and they start watching a movie or whatever in the TV, right? And this is a great conversation about about life and how the troubles of in marriage, and how you keep it going successfully, as Bond told him that it's not you know easy at first, but it gets better over time. It was really great. He talks about how getting the kids is like the scariest thing in life. It's such a great speech by Bill. I think that's one of the great things about the screenplay, is that it just gives you a really good insight about people and their lives in this very great way, in a very comedy kind of drama way. Um, and then they start to sleep, properly. They fall asleep, which is something that you don't see with them in the whole entire film. And yeah, and I think afterwards,
They flush out the romance by not having the actual like romantic scenes.
yes, yeah. So we flesh down more of their desires and wants in life,
They're very
he,
similar as people.
yeah, they're very similar as people. Yeah, you're right, Jeff. And plus,
You can
Mary.
tell it's written and whatnot. They from jump they're meant to like have things in common. Like what I'm saying, you can see how they have that sort of chemistry right from jump, like where they're fooling around with each other. You know what I mean?
Yes,
You know,
yeah, yeah. It's like it's also a platonic relationship, but it's also like a daughter father relationship as well, because
it's multiple layers because again, they're also just two Americans that are stranded to have the jet lag, right? And are at that live in that fucking hotel in Japan that happen to be there at the same time and are
yeah,
experiencing the same issues, marriage issues, right?
Mary
Uh,
issues.
Covering themselves as people, right?
Yeah,
Trying to figure out who she's going to be, who she wants to be, what she's going to do. He's trying to figure out who he is now that he's not who he used to be, right? The image of his old, actor name, brand, or whatever, whatnot, is not who he is anymore, right? So they have stuff that's very similar, yet because of the age difference, it's obviously different.
yeah. And plus, going with the career,
Things that would be hindrances to like an actual relationship or like a romantic connection, right? Like
yeah,
that younger girlfriend, it's not the same thing, but you do connect on a level romantically where like being more experienced and older and be more wise and being able to give advice sometimes, right? Or whatever, or be a mentor or share personal stories, whatever, like he does with her. Your age is the only reason why you're able to make that connection,
yeah,
right? Or you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
yeah. I agree. And plus, career frustrations. She has she doesn't know what kind of career she wants, a particular passion she wants. Where Bob has a passion of acting, but he's also kind of in the loss with his passion of acting. He's doing these commercials. He's not doing theater, as he brought up.
Why he's lost in translation.
Exactly. So yeah, so after that scene, we see them kind of
All,
separated.
all perfect. It's all meant to be perfect. They meet at the perfect spot in their lives.
Exactly. Yeah, which I really like. And but instead we get like a little like turbulence in their relationship when Bomb sleeps with the jazz singer.
It's natural, of course.
Yeah, yeah, it's natural. I mean, he say was getting away from his wife, so it makes sense, right?
It
And
helped.
Charlie,
It helped confirm her feelings for him in the film.
yes, that's very true. Yeah, especially towards the end of the film where she asks why when he's leaving, right?
She's very
So
unemotionally attached throughout the whole film.
yeah, and he starts to become more lively when he was with her, right?
I
So
think
that's
that
good.
was Arjo back then.
Yeah, that's yeah, I agree. So then after the jazz singer, they go to the lunch, which is very funny because at first they're going back and forth about how like she's like appropriate age, the senior, the jazz singer, right? Charlie is saying that the senior's age appropriate for him, and then he talks back to her that like what was that attention, like do you need everyone to give you attention or something like that, right? And so then after that, you see the food coming in, and then it's kind of weird. And then when we see them again, they explain that they have to cook their own food, which is funny. It's like they have to cook their own lunch, which is hilarious. And so yeah, so there's a fire drill happening in the hotel, and then you get um, those two again, and Bob confirms that he's leaving tomorrow, from Tokyo. And so we get the scenes where he is trying to call them to. He calls Charlie in the morning to give him his jacket back, right? And then you see them again, and she's kind of emotional because she has fallen with Bomb, as a friend. So she's very sad for him to leave, and this is a great, like as you say for Jeff, like perfect moment for them to meet each other in the spot, right? It happens again in the finale where Bomb is going home to airport and he sees Charlotte in the streets, and he wants to talk to her one more time, and uh, and then they get their hug and he says something.
They kiss and he whispers in her ear, but we don't know what he says.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's never come back to Tokyo. That line that they I think Charlotte say uh, halfway through the film, and I think he kind of replied that again to her, or something else like maybe starting a jazz band, maybe. So you got that, and then you see the final shot of him, kind of bracing.
I heard it actually might have been, I'm not going to forget you owe me that nut from last night.
What do you say? Wait, what was that?
You owe me that nut. You know what I'm saying? I never finished last night. I'm not going to forget. You owe me that nut.
Wow, that's hilarious. I That's very funny. I don't know if that's true. I think you're just pulling that in for your pants. Oh my god, good one, sir. Um, yeah, sure thing. Um, anyway, uh,
Uh,
so you see, Bomb, in the taxi, and he's driving back to the airport, and you get this this another great song, just like Honey from what band? I'm like blanking now. From the Jesus and Mary Trance band. So
I've heard of them too.
yeah, there's a lot of like bands here like that. Vegas, Definitely Vegas is in here. I don't know, you know them. Happy End. They have my other favorite song, which is cool. But yeah, then that's the end of the movie. Lost in Translation. Any last thoughts on Lost in Translation?
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you for bringing me on, Andres. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that I was late and it kind of shortened our review time a little bit. But we review plenty of movies, so like as far as I'm concerned, um, I embrace reviewing Lost in Translation with you. If anything, not just for enjoyment and whatnot, everything, right? And for reciprocation, for all the good work and whatnot, and all the friendship and whatnot, and all the time you put in the bleeding edge. But also because like I told you last night or the day before, whatever, whatnot, I am like really kind of going back to the drawing board a little bit in terms of like wanting to get back to the core of like that I never really have of her of really studying film more, like on more of a hardcore level. Not to a hardcore extent, but just to an extent or to a place where I can be more effective moderating shows, write better outlines, right? Ask better questions from the panel. You know what I mean? And get better at preparing for the shows because I feel like Lost in Translation, for instance, we've talked off and on about all the cool little tidbit stuff that's there. If you look into like the production of the film, it's neat. Like the whole the whole backstory of this movie. Right? Like it is. It's interesting. And it's cool that it was only shot in 27 days. That's a very short shooting period for a film. Like, you know what I'm saying? To go from like pre-production to post-production in 27 days is fucking intense. Like that's less than a month. Right?
Yeah, it's crazy. And plus, like, a lot of people don't know this, but like, Milbury is very tough to get into a project. Apparently,
he certainly did not have to do the film. I mean, the budget was $4 million. They didn't disclose how much money he got paid, but it wasn't a lot.
No. And the fact
this was a passion project for him and a chance for him to get back in the game, I think. If I remember correctly where we were at with his career, this was a chance for him to be, again, having that Coppola name coming off of the Suicide Diary, the whatnot, everything.
The Virgin Suicides, yeah.
Knowing that ScarJo was going to be in it, everyone knew that she was a budding star, right? I think back then, did everyone know that, basically?
Yeah, I think everyone knew about that. Yeah.
Even though she's a little rough, right? Her voice, she had that voice change problem, whatever, whatnot, that hit her in this movie. Or like, it was better in this movie. It was worse in Ghost World, where she sounded like with that low alto voice at times.
Yeah, I actually like her voice. I think that's a cool opportunity about her.
Her voice changed.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's voice gets changed over the years, and hers, gradually changed a little bit, but still the same.
Oh, it got a little bit. It sounds a lot different from where she started to like now, like as an original. She's so much lighter and more feminine in her speech now.
Yeah, very true. I mean, especially
remember in Ghost World, she was in that film as like the befriend character to the Thora Birch character.
Yeah, right? Where the Birch character is more the main character.
Yes. But looking back now, I realize ScarJo outshined her even then.
Yeah. And you also got Steve Buscemi from that film too, who's also great.
No, but she outacts her, even Thora Birch, even in that movie. She's better in her role versus Birch's role. She's better.
Yeah, I agree. I agree as well. Speaking of Bill Murray, I was very happy that this film got nominated. I can pull up the Oscar stuff they've been nominated. So for the Academy Award,
Coppola's the one that won. She won for story writing.
Yeah, original screenplay. That's correct, sir. She they were nominated for 4 things: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, and Best Original Screenplay. So yeah, it won for Best Original Screenplay, which is great.
If I had to say off cuff, if you had to I think you would agree. If you were going to be nominated or win an Oscar in film, and you're not an actor or an actress, right? I think probably story writing and whatnot and everything, screenplay is probably one of the top 3 I'd want to win. Like when it boils down to it, it doesn't matter like how big of a name what award is. If you actually win an Oscar for writing the screenwriting of a film, for writing the story of a film, that's big. Like you can't take that away from somebody.
No, and this definitely gave her the boost as the accomplished director for Sophie.
No, that's not the kind of award that you see people come in and just roll and win it every year over and over again, right? It's not like that.
No. I mean, it's a rare sample of repeat.
Every time it does them.
Yeah, I mean, Quentin Tarantino won twice for which was replays for Pulp Fiction and Django Unchained, which is cool. So, which is nice.
That's why I did more preparation to highlight more of these connections between the other films and whatnot, the other genres and directors and different producers and whoever cinematographers are involved in. It's interesting. It is. But no, I thought the film is it's just a really simple, masterly done film. And it's just the whole premise of it is so cool. It's so cool how they made it. It's so cool how it came together that like Bill Murray just showed up, and like up until that point, fucking right, like Sofia was like Coppola was like shitting a brick, right? Like thinking like if Bill Murray don't show up, I'm fucked.
Yeah,
like, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like it's already done.
Yeah, exactly. Because this was their only choice to play Bond, and it was just Bill Murray.
So basically, when Bill Murray walked in the door, that solidified for her making the film.
Yep.
Right. So then, beyond that, all I'll say is that my rating on it would be probably I give it a solid 8.5.
Okay.
It has holes.
Okay. I will give it a 10 out of 10. This is my personal favorite film of all time. I really connect to it as a person. I was experiencing what Charlotte was as a young person growing up. Very lonely. Very unsure where my life was going. All that. So yeah. So but yeah. So I really relate to the themes and the fanatical crunch that Sofia Coppola is discussing in this film. So it's my number one favorite film of all time, and second after her, Birdman and Turtle Sunshine, and my filmmaking. So I will always adore this film, and this film got me into like indie films and all that. So I really enjoyed this film. It's one of my personal favorites, and it's a good movie to watch. It's not long. It's very short, so you can get in boom, 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 in the film very quickly. It's like an hour long, which is good. So yeah, I was so happy to discuss this film. I will make a retrospective review on the film, which is great, and then pretty much will be satisfied. My love of Lost Translation. But besides that, thank you, Jeff. So just to wrap up everything, let me show again his link, the MCU Bleeding Edge. You will see me and him again in tomorrow's MCU report. We'll probably discuss the trailer. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna say something?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we not lining up with our audio? Is there a delay?
No. I think it's good.
Okay. Simply just that. What do you call it? No, we're already excited. We don't even know completely what we're even going to cover yet. We're already excited.
Yeah. Well, first off, tomorrow tomorrow the MCU report, we're going to do the WandaVision episode 7 review.
Yeah.
Right.
Big episode.
Yeah, big episode. So check us for that. And then Wednesday we have the Avengers Endgame Part 1 review. So Jeff is going to moderate that. So check us on that. And then this Friday, we're going to have Back to the Future review again. And that is Cyber, right? Cyber is going to moderate.
Yeah, that's his pick. I think it's one of his favorite movies.
Yeah, and by the way, folks, we had to reschedule that. That was supposed to be something we had to do in the summer, but technical difficulties happened, so we had to push it back.
I'm going to let you know what our next movie review. We have one more movie review before What If. I have it written down in notebooks. It's not even in my scheduling book. It's just written down loosely. I got to write it down. We have one last movie review for What If.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me when we get to that
it's
point.
I know it's a good one. But what do you call it? Are we doing anything on your channel that Sunday?
Yeah, next Sunday is her. So we're gonna be back again on the let me put my calendar here. Yeah, so we're gonna have 3 consecutive weeks of podcasts here. So the yeah, so let me do here. The 17th December is we're gonna be back again to do Her, the 2013 film by Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson. And that's the Spike Jones film about Joaquin Phoenix character falling for AI. That's going to be fascinating, and that's going to be a good film to watch.
Never watched it.
You never watched that?
I don't think so. No.
Oh wow, it's a good film. It's really great.
Yeah, you all like sci-fi.
Yeah, so it's a great sci-fi film. I think you will really enjoy it. You so I just want to let you know now you can get it in HBO Max, Hulu, Amazon Prime Video, and YouTube. So
Awesome. So what do we got after
and then after that we're gonna do the 28 days later.
Island? Okay. Where you know what? My DVD hasn't shown up yet. Still.
Oh really? Okay. If not, we'll do it in 2024. That's fine.
No, I'm not worried. No, I know it's no big deal. I'm just saying. I'm just realizing it's not showing up. I don't know why it never popped up in the mail, but I never got it. I better freaking get my money back.
Yeah.
Let me get with Amazon on that and see what the deal is, right? Because I should have got it by now.
Yeah, it should be. I mean,
I got my chance. Where's the movie?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. This movie is so popular. I don't know why it's not like
it's in limbo. It's a distributed service limbo.
I know it's weird. Yeah. If not, we'll take a break and pick another movie. So it's not a big deal. So yeah, so that's our plans. So me and Jeff, we're gonna come back again next Sunday to do Her. So that's gonna be exciting. So Jeff,
and we got a lot of stuff. Dude, our whole rest of the year's gonna be excited, and all 2024 is gonna be excited. It's gonna be great, man.
Yes, I know. First off, what he did, Michonne show, that's gonna be exciting. The X-Men show.
X-Men animated series, bitch.
Yeah, very excited. That's pretty good. Yeah, and plus, yeah, a new year for me, and my family. So it's gonna be important.
That's right. Me too. My son, luckily now that I got my son, lasered up and whatnot, everything, he won't be having any more illegitimate children I have to worry about or anything like whatnot, this year. So, you know what I'm saying? This year it'll be good.
Oh wow, he has kids now.
Yeah, I mean, I had to get him a vasectomy for his birthday when he was 9 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you have how many grandchildren now?
We start having illegitimate children when we're very young, us Lamotas.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, man. I don't know, but I mean, somehow our sperm is mature at like age 3.
Okay. Now you're pulling my strings here. Okay.
Come on, Andreas.
Anyway.
It's like me saying, asking you. I wonder if Sofia Coppola could speak Japanese. She worked there for years in photography, being a photographer and shit and whatnot, and a film editor and all that shit and whatnot. Of course, she can speak Japanese. How the fuck did she work there?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, I mean, come on, Jeff. Come on, true knowledge.
Yeah, my name is Pop Culture Guy, sir. Your true knowledge.
Like, it's one thing if you just want to hang out in Japan and not be able to speak Japanese, but like actually like get paid every week, get a paycheck and shit to like work there. No, I don't think you're gonna be able to make that work. But just be like, like in Lost in Translation.
No, it's gonna be that. Anyway, any more thoughts besides that? Okay, I think we can end this now. Thank you, everyone. I hope to see you guys this week, and we're gonna be back again next Sunday, as repeated before. Her, directed by Spike Jones, the 2013 film starring Joaquin Phoenix, Scarlett Johansson, Amy Adams. That's it. Bye. See you later. I'm gonna end this now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Goodbye. Bye bye.
Peace, folks.
Oh my god.